Shalom, friends. Rabbi Bradley Shavit Artson here from the Ziegler School of Rabbinic Studies, American Jewish University. We are in Parshat Va'era, the second section in the book of Exodus, and in the confrontation between Moses and Pharaoh, our attention continually is drawn to the role of speech. And what are the capacity of words to lift us up, to enlighten us, to energize us, to bring us a new vision or a recognition of something that's coming. God instructs Moses to go speak to Pharaoh and to deliver the timeless message, "Let my people go." And Moses' initial response, humble as he is, listen to what Moses says. Vayomer Moshe lifnei Adonai, hen ani arel sfatayim, ve'ech yishama elai Pharaoh. See, I am of impeded speech, so how should Pharaoh listen to me? The words for impeded speech, actually arel sfatayim, means uncircumcised lips. The idea is that the organ doesn't function as well. It doesn't relate in a covenanted context. So I want to understand Moses' words in two conflicting ways, perfectly fair in the world of biblical interpretation. How can I speak to Pharaoh? How can I get him to hear me if I'm not a good speaker? If I'm not eloquent? If I'm not able to have the words pour out of me? Poor Moses says. And God's response is, this isn't about the polished nature of your words, your grammar, your rhetoric. This is about the message. So deliver the message, because the message is something that Pharaoh needs to hear, and through Pharaoh, all pharaohs of all times. But there's another conflicting way to understand it. In biblical thought, circumcision is the final work of perfecting the male body. God leaves that unnecessary piece of skin so that we, by removing it, participate in the shaping of the human body. And it becomes, in our flesh, a symbol of our ongoing partnership in the redemption of the world. Creation isn't finished. We work with God to finish it. And just as we do that in the human body, so we do that with the body politic. So in this way of understanding, when Moses says, I have uncircumcised lips, Moses is saying, what comes out of my lips may not be your vision, God. It may not be in the realm of holiness. I'm so angry at the enslavement. I'm so enraged by the injustice of Egyptian society and what they impose on the poor Hebrews, that what comes out of my mouth may just be pure emotionality and rage. It's not circumcised speech. It's not covenantal speech. It's not elevated and holy and moral. And there what God says is, you have to trust that when you are sent as my emissary, you will be in service of that covenant. And what you will say to Pharaoh will in fact resonate across the ages, and so it has. And so in our time as well, friends, there is speech that needs to be had. We need to be able to talk to each other, and we able to speak words of righteous indignation, of honest disagreement, and to be able to hear each other in a way that we can be heeded. And so Moses remains our teacher, our rabbi in that regard as well. Can we be sure that what comes out of our mouth focuses on the quality and the content of the message, not on the polished and pretty nature of our words? Can we make sure that what comes out of our mouths advances the vision and the values of this ancient covenant that links God and humanity, so that we become agents of righteousness, building a world that is responsive to truth, to compassion, to decency, all the things that Pharaoh hated. And in that way, we then present circumcised speech out in the world and make the world that much closer to God's vision. Shalom.